What are you calling me out? That rascal must have tickled your mind. Now look, Stonemeyer! That man tried to kill me and that's all there is!
There are many such Wild West towns in the states of Arizona, California and New Mexico. The Wild West myth is one which is cleverly and piously cultivated. All the most important objects of the heroic period of when the West was won have been recreated in this town. A sheriff, a wanted bad man, stagecoach and mules. A settler's camp has been reconstructed near the town with mobile human figures gathered in typical scenes, next to the wagons which brought them here. Only models of horses have not been set up, but then there are still enough live horses around. Polish television presents a film from the series A Horse, My Friend. Polish Arab horses in the United States. Direction, photography, a Poltel and Jean-Paul Blondeau production. In Santa Ynez Valley Lowland, near Los Angeles, there are 150 horse breeders. In this film, we shall try to describe why horse breeding, particularly of Arab horses, has expanded so spectacularly in the world's most industrialized country. Santa Fe, the New Mexico state capital. The Arab horse races, which were first run here in 1959, have expanded to many American racetracks, especially in the southern and western states. Those who've had the most to say in propagating and organizing such races in the United States are Leon Rubin and Dr. Eugene Lacroix, whose farms will be shown in this film. Phoenix, the million-strong state capital of Arizona. 100 years ago, people started cultivating this desert land with horses. But today, there are no horses around, though many farms breeding top-class Arab horses can be found in the suburbs. One of them belongs to Leon Rubin. Leon Rubin, a man who is highly merited in breeding Arab horses in the United States. The apple of his eye is the Arab Stud Farm at Sir William Farm in New York State. And how come this great interest of the Rubins and numerous Americans in breeding Arab horses? After all, Leon Rubin is a big businessman and, until recently, an enthusiastic game hunter with many trophies in his collection. Why did he give all that up and go in for Arab horse breeding?
Well, now that we've reached a certain stage in life, I think we're going to enjoy just resting and enjoying our fine horses and breeding more good Arabians, and I hope more Polish Arabians. And I guess you're not going to be going on safari anymore. It'll be a lovely memory to keep that nice safari trophy room. It'll be something for our grandchildren to be proud of.
I think it would be a beautiful and wonderful arrangement to live on the memory of the safari room. I'm sure that our efforts to bring along good Polish Arabians will be successful. I think it would be a most enjoyable and performing task for both of us.
Albuquerque in New Mexico State. August 1977. National displays of Arab horses from the United States and Canada have been held throughout the week. This event is held in a different town every year. This year, several thousand Arab horse breeders have converged on Albuquerque from all over the United States and Canada, not to speak of the many thousands of horse lovers. The latest preparations prior to the displays. A dozen or so competitions are held during the week, 8 of which are of particular importance. The opening ceremony, starting off with a parade of riders from the United States and Canada. Riding competition. The general elegance of the team is assessed, as is the accuracy of driving, the manner in which the team behaves at various gates. A high stepping action receives top points. The Halter Stallion Championships, one of the most important events. Type, appearance, build and motions of the horse are awarded points. In 1976, for the first time in the history of these national championships, the title was won by a horse not belonging to an American. It went to El Paso, a stallion under a 3-year lease from Poland, to Dr. Eugene Lacroix, the American breeder. To win this title places the stallion in the forefront of Arab sires, with his valiant price rising spectacularly. To win the championship or runners-up title also offers tremendous satisfaction to the breeder. The reception held to celebrate the winning of the US and Canadian Championship runner-up title by Cowboy, a stallion from the stables of Tom Chansey, the well-known Arizona breeder. Nabor's Home, the name given to the stable where Tom Chansey has housed Nabor, his most valuable stallion. Television cameras in his stall allow Tom Chansey, his family, and also his stable hand to keep a close eye on the horse.
And I still believe the greatest concentration...
Nabor's Generation, that is what Tom Chansey called the auction he held on his farm in February 1976. Mr. Chansey gave us this part of a film made during the sale. Nabor was bought in Poland in 1963 and became one of the most famous Arab sires in the United States. The cost of siring reached the mind-reading sum of $12,000. Nabor has sired 12 American and Canadian champions. It was purchased in 1969 as the 19-year-old for the then enormous price of $150,000. The climax of the Nabor generation sale arrived when Nabor was led in with a laurel of red roses around his neck. Nabor enjoys special privileges. This yard is for him alone. Back to Albuquerque now for a competition for ladies on side saddles in colorful dresses of years long gone by. One of the most prestigious events is the display of English-style riding, in which English riding coats are a must. The horse is classified at a walk, trot, and slow gallop. Championship and runners-up trophies are in the form of the sculptures of a horse. A competition for the best and most interestingly equipped stable is held during the national display. Some even go as far as to lay down artificial lawns and plant artificial trees. More than 1,500 Arab horses were kept in these stables during the display. The decoration of the stables was maintained in regional style, depending on the state in which the breeding farm is located. Arabian World Horse magazine, published in Palo Alto near San Francisco. It is the oldest American monthly devoted to the Arabian horse, with a circulation of 23,000. It is beautifully published and richly illustrated. It devotes considerable space to Arabian horse breeding in Poland. Peg and Kenneth Johnson, the publishers of the monthly The Arab Horse Breed Journal, the second largest periodical devoted to the Arabian horse. The farm is that of the film star Dean Martin and is situated in Santa Ynez Valley in California. The monthly was awarded the 1976 Federal Prize for the best edited illustrated periodical in the United States.
Well, as soon as you can get those off, try to get them in the mail to me.
The Johnsons are more than publishers.
And I will
They also breed Arab horses and have come to be known as collectors of the offspring of the Polish stallion Comet, one of the most beautiful Arab horses bred in the past 30 years. The stallion, shown in such unusual surroundings, is naturally one of Comet's grandsons. The resemblance is remarkable. The next display is an Arab rose. It is of little value to the breeders, but is an exciting thing to see. Say the dresses have little in common with Arab robes and are more of an imitation of what the Americans think Arabs wear. The robes and the horses' harness and equipment are very expensive. May 1976. Mike Nichols, the well-known American film director, held a horse auction on his farm, showing on these cuts from a film devoted to the event and given us by Mr. Nichols. The public was the cream of society, including Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis.
Rich Polish princes, over 200 years ago, could afford to buy the finest horses in the desert, and they did. They tested them in battle and bred them accordingly. Now in Poland, Arabians are tested on the racetrack for up to 4 years before being admitted to the breeding program, and only the finest make it. They are the strongest, the most athletic, and with the greatest depth of heart among any breed anywhere. Only a very small number of Polish Arabians have entered the United States, yet they are winning a far greater share of honors than any other Arabian, and they are winning the hearts of their owners as well.
The auction was a huge success. In his film, Mike Nichols describes why he breeds Arab horses and what they mean to him.
There's a lot of nice things about breeding Arabian horses, but maybe for me the best thing of all is that I always want to see what next year will bring, how the babies will grow up, what next year's foals will look like. I look at them and I live with them, and they draw me into the future. Cowboy-style riding. Particular attention is directed to how the horse stops. It should not lift its hind legs, for which most points are awarded.
The horse's mouth is checked for bleeding after each run. This would prove that the bit had been used too hard. The horses are groomed painstakingly for many hours prior to each display, with a devotion greater than that in the most expensive beauty parlors. A whole industry exists producing such accessories as grooming combs and brushes, cosmetics, etc., required for the horse's impeccable appearance. The hooves are the object of very special attention to impart the proper shape and shine. All those beautifying processes now seem wholly justified, taking into account what detailed attention the judges are paying to the mares and their appearance. This competition was of particular interest to the Polish team, with Polish Arab horse breeders represented in this event. Vizia, a mare on a 3-year lease to Dr. Lacroix. She was trained by the doctor's son, Jean, widely acknowledged as America's top Arabian horse trainer. The announcer declares number 175. The Polish mare Vizia is U.S. champion for 1977.
It's apparent that the world is more and
Dr.
more
Owen Panner,
accepting
president of the International Association of Arabian Horses.
There are several reasons for this. I think one of the reasons is that people these days like excitement, and the Arabian horse has excitement. But there's another one too, and that is they like the natural environment, they love to protect the environment, and they love natural action and movement. They don't want anything artificial anymore, and the Arabian horse typifies the natural movement of the finest animals in the world. We're especially happy to have the infusion in the United States of the Polish blood. It's really exciting. It's added very much to our bloodline.
The farm of one of America's most eminent Arab horse breeders, Dr. Eugene Lacroix. He has some 300 horses, of which half have come from all over North America for siring and also for training by Jean Lacroix. But why did Dr. Lacroix, who is a physician, give up his practice and his sanatorium to devote himself entirely to Arabian horse breeding?
I was born on a farm in the Midwest of this country, and at that time we had almost 100 head of horses of different types. My interest actually started with Arabian horses at that time when I saw pictures of the old masters of beautiful, gorgeous horses. And I went to the library and found out that they were painting purebred Arabian horses. They were so gorgeous that I could never get them out of my mind. I fell in love at that time with that type of horse. When I finished medical school, I went to Los Angeles and I interned. And I found out at that point in time that there were Arabian horses in the Los Angeles area. I went to see them and I was really hooked. I knew that I must buy one, and in 1944 we bought 2 Arabians, and that was the start of plasma Arabians. Later on, we went to Poland, and we were able to buy a stallion by the name of Bosk that helped us recreate these old, gorgeous horses as depicted by the masters.
As we say goodbye to this farm and the herd of horses and youngsters it holds, it must be borne in mind that most of them are the offspring of Bosk, of whom it is said that he created a new type of Arabian horse in the United States. No national display could be held without a horse auction. After all, this is the place where breeding material is exchanged.
Anybody?
A whole industry has developed around horse breeding. The town of Albuquerque donated the money from the national display of Arabian horses to the fight against cancer.